What is up, Sideways fam? Welcome back to the channel. MK2 is at the gas station right now. We're filling her up to head to Danny's for dyno day for the car finally. The car's running on the Link G4X ECU with the harness that we gone ahead and made for the car. It's all back together. Went ahead and replaced the wheel studs, got new lug nuts on this thing, got everything back together. A little bit sketched today because obviously exhaust is loud as hell. Plates are old as fuck. Car's ratchet as hell, lit ratchet inside. We got like no door panel. A lot of work that's gonna need to be done on this thing, obviously, but she's running. And we have a half tank of gas to get there on the 91 octane. Everything's wired up and finally working. Having a little bit of an issue with the Vvti today. I don't know what's going on, but the CAN system just is not working. So we're just gonna go ahead and get to Danny's right now, and at least Gavin's with me today, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get there safely. Let's get the car tuned and at least get a dyno sheet for the customer, and we'll have to figure out the dash later. So let's go. Alrighty guys, so we just got to Apexi USA. The car's on the dyno. We're getting it ready right now. They're getting the car loaded up right now. We're gonna go ahead and put the flex sensor in, and we're gonna go ahead and get the car rolling. So let's see what she does. Look at how freaking pretty this thing came out, dude. Reminds me of kind of like my Mark II, but it's like not quite there. This is how my car actually looked before I actually painted it. It was really, really similar to this one. So, I mean, my interior was almost about as bad as that too. If you look up my video online of my whole restoration process of mine, it was actually probably worse than this when I got it. So, definitely excited. So, we'll see how it goes. About to get rolling right now. Figure out what that final drive is in this thing. On the car, be here for a little bit, getting all the drivability set up on pump gas. Really cool though, man. You don't get to see very many of these super nostalgic old Supras, man. I mean, like, they're pretty much diamonds in a rough at this point, man. So Danny's pretty quick when it comes to the Link ECU. We do so many of these cars now. I can see what the first pull does. Probably gonna have to lift. Alright. Got to about 4,500 RPM and then had to let off. So, see if we can get a full pull out of that right now. Few things that are already happening. Differential is leaking, so that's totally sick. It looked disgusting to begin with, so I mean, I don't really know what he's gonna do about that, but definitely towing the car home. E85 going in. Yep. Glug glug. She's running on E85 right now, brother. That corn motor. God, it runs so much better on E, bro. Always with the big injectors. So definitely a few things that are gonna have to get adjusted on this, but that's what's important about these test and tune days, getting to figure out what needs to be adjusted and what's going to need to be changed, you know. Definitely this turbo, like we explained in the last time, this is like a super cheap basic China turbo, which is pretty interesting because like the turbo actually spins at idle. They never spin at idle typically. Super generic, you know, turbo and wastegate setup and everything, and it's all fucking working. So kind of crazy. Like, I mean, you probably could even find those products on eBay or something like that, you know, but I don't know. He's gonna run through all of the RPMs real quick so that we can make sure it runs decent on E. We're gonna do some rips and just kind of see where it goes. But I mean, obviously it's not gonna make crazy high numbers like when we use like a comp turbo or precision turbo or you know, any of the super high-end wastegates and stuff like that too. But you know, things that need a fuel cell at some point and race dash, you know, actual race out with the fuel gauge and stuff like that too. But yeah, anyways, I'm just kind of rambling. Let's keep tuning. So it looks like we're going to be doing a pull right now. Alrighty guys, we're back at the shop. Got the MK2 running. Victor's on his way to come pick up his Mark II right now. It's been a long time that he hasn't been able to drive this car. Let me go ahead and show you everything at the end. I got the VTI installed, everything is working. I want to show you how flawless this looks in this car, in a car that you're not going to have really functional gauges. In the case of this car, it has a analog speedometer, so it's going to have a speedo cable that actually drives the cluster. For whatever reason in his car it doesn't work, so in this case we can wire digital speedo to work with the R series and the W series with this cluster, along with you can get a gas gauge, you can do a whole bunch of really cool stuff, and it shows everything live data. So pretty much anything you're gonna need, this is gonna do it, and we pretty much do it in all of our cars, S13s, S14s, S2000s, you know, we could even put them in MK3s and MK4s, whatever you wanna do. And they have integrations with some of the cars that are custom. Sometimes we'll make a custom setup for some of the cars too, so let's go ahead and go right into it. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I mean, for a China turbo, like super China turbo, dang, bro, that is just like, it's crazy. It actually spools at idle. She runs really good. I mean, this is pretty much the most budget you can go, you know, with doing it the right way. JZX100 harness, Link's JZX100 G4X plug-and-play ECU, you know, all wired up in the car, and the car's all together now. The other cool thing I wanted to show you guys that's just awesome, a lot of people are definitely going to want to kind of see this. Look at how great that looks, you know what I mean? Like, let me get the steering wheel down a little bit more. Like, dude, look at that. Just Supra, digital display cluster. You got your AFR running, your map sensor, you got your target AFR stuff going, you got your fuel pressure, you know, you got your oil pressure, you got your fucking, you know, water temp, your intake air temperature, your battery voltage, your ethanol content. And then you can always go in here, and it's as cool as literally setting up whatever you want to do. They have GTR integrations, they have all kinds of different stuff. They even have this really cool diagnostic mode that you can see everything and even lay it all out, which is really nice to do as well. I definitely keep it on this one. I've been using this unit for a long time, been sponsored by VTI for a long time, but for the scrapper car that came in, she looks pretty good. Definitely needs a shift knob, definitely needs a new dash and a whole bunch of other stuff. Victor should be here any minute, so we want to get a quick reaction and just see how he's feeling when he pulls up, because honestly, this was something that was like a pretty big dream of his to be able to get back on the road. Pretty nostalgic for him, so let's go. Here it is, guys, going home. Yeah. Homie's here with me. We just finished the car. I think he's all smiles. He was telling me the car hasn't ran in how many years? 12 years. 12 years. So how do you feel about the car now?
Oh man, I'm fucking excited, bro. I'm excited for the next chapter on it. So thanks a lot.
All right, guys, well, this is gonna go ahead and conclude the video on the MK2 Supra. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm about to go hit the gym, so until next time, guys, peace.